There is a quiet mystery that surrounds people whose hearts do not fall easily. While others seem to slip into romance without hesitation, you remain in a different place, watching love unfold all around you yet never feeling it ignite within yourself. You notice the small gestures that signal affection, the subtle ways two people lean toward each other, the glow that softens their voices when they speak about someone they care about. You understand love almost academically, instinctively, emotionally, yet you have never stepped fully into it. And this creates a question that lingers in the back of your mind. Why not me? Why does my heart move differently? Most people would assume you are guarded or disinterested, but the truth is far more complex. Your heart is not cold. It is deliberate. It is not unwilling. It is discerning. There is a psychology behind the way some people wait, a pattern that shapes their emotional lives in ways they often do not recognize until much later. You are not detached from love. You are attuned to it in a way that makes you cautious. You do not rush toward the feeling because you sense its depth before it even begins. And unlike those who leap quickly, you can see the weight of what love asks from the start. In this exploration, we will unravel the quiet mechanics behind a heart that does not fall fast. We will look at the inner logic beneath your hesitation, the emotional intelligence that shapes your carefulness, and the unexpected strength hidden in the way you move through the world. Your waiting is not a flaw, it is a story. And it is time to understand it. For many people who struggle to fall in love, the story begins long before any relationship ever takes shape. It starts with the way your mind observes the world. You are not someone who drifts through experiences passively. You read them. You absorb them. You notice emotional currents that most people overlook. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as the observer's heart, a pattern where your emotional understanding develops through witnessing rather than participating. While others learn about love by stepping into it, you learn by watching its patterns unfold around you. When a friend talks about a new crush, you feel the excitement beneath their words. When another friend describes a painful breakup, you sense the heaviness that lingers between their sentences. You experience love secondhand, and you do it deeply. This is where the highly sensitive person profile often appears. People with this temperament process emotional information intensely and quickly, almost like their nervous system is tuned to a higher frequency. A casual argument between a couple might barely register for someone else, but you feel the tension immediately. A subtle shift in tone becomes a full emotional message. Because you take in so much, your heart learns caution early. You see how fragile connection can be, how quickly security can shift, how easily people can hurt each other, even when they love deeply. You do not avoid love because you doubt its beauty. You hesitate because you understand its complexity. While others see the spark, you see the whole fire. You know what warmth it can bring, and you know the burn that comes with it. That emotional wisdom does not make you distant. It makes you careful. And this carefulness becomes the foundation for the next part of your story. Because you process emotions with such depth, your heart does not respond to love the way most people expect it to. You are not built for instant chemistry or impulsive attraction. Your feelings gather slowly, almost quietly, as if they need time to study the space they are entering. This is where the idea of a slow-building emotional system becomes essential. You are someone whose attraction grows from safety, from familiarity, from watching a person reveal themselves in real and unpolished moments. You cannot fall for a mask. You fall only when you sense truth. Psychology often connects this pattern with the slow burn spectrum of attraction, where desire does not ignite until your nervous system feels secure. You need to know someone's character before your heart can even begin to open. You watch how they handle frustration, how they navigate tension, how they speak about the people they no longer need to impress. These small observations matter because they tell you whether this person could hold your heart gently or drop it without noticing. Your emotional wiring refuses to release attachment chemicals like oxytocin on the basis of a first impression. It waits, it protects, it evaluates. And while others may interpret that as disinterest or emotional distance, the truth is far more grounded. Your heart is not slow, it is precise. It does not confuse intensity with connection or excitement with compatibility. As your feelings develop slowly, your mind builds what looks like a set of high standards, But these standards are not the superficial preferences people assume they are. They are emotional safety mechanisms shaped by years of watching relationships succeed and fall apart from the sidelines. On the surface, it may seem like you expect too much. You want someone emotionally mature, consistent, communicative, patient, grounded. But beneath those expectations lies something more vulnerable. You are trying to avoid the kind of pain you have witnessed in others. Psychology often describes this pattern as protective idealization. Instead of searching for a perfect partner, you are searching for a relationship that cannot hurt you in the ways you fear most. The standards are not about who the other person is. They are about how safe your nervous system feels in their presence. You look for traits that signal reliability because unpredictability unsettles you. You look for clarity because mixed signals drain you. You look for kindness because cruelty stays with you for a long time. In truth, many of your standards are shields, not criteria. They keep people at a distance long enough for you to feel in control of your emotions. And while friends may call it pickiness, it is more accurately a form of emotional self-preservation. You are not avoiding love. You are avoiding regret. You are avoiding heartbreak before it has a chance to form. But this protective stance, although understandable, creates another tension in your life. You want connection, yet your safeguards rarely let anyone close enough to create it. And the misunderstanding from others only deepens the loneliness, setting the stage for the next emotional struggle you quietly carry. While your internal safeguards are already complex, they become even heavier under the weight of social expectations. You are not navigating your heart in a vacuum. You are doing it in a world that measures progress through milestones and timelines. Every engagement announcement, every wedding invitation, every family holiday where someone casually asks if you have met anyone yet, reinforces the sense that you should be somewhere different than where you are. This pressure quietly shapes your emotions in ways you do not always notice at first. Psychologists describe this as the social clock effect, the belief that your life is supposed to unfold according to a preset schedule. And when your heart does not follow that schedule, it creates a subtle form of shame. You begin to wonder if something is wrong with you, if you are missing a skill everyone else seems to have mastered, if your carefulness is actually a flaw instead of a temperament. This emotional pressure can lead to a form of relational FOMO, not just the fear of missing out on a person, but the fear of missing out on an entire chapter of life. You may start pushing yourself into dates you do not feel ready for. You may try to manufacture feelings you do not actually have. You may compare your emotional journey to people who seem to move effortlessly from connection to connection. Yet the truth is that your timeline is not a mistake. It is a reflection of your emotional architecture. While others seek relationships to escape loneliness, you have been learning how to live with yourself in ways that create long-term stability. You are not behind. You are building, and what you are building will serve you far longer than any rushed romance. This understanding clears the path for recognizing the unique strength you carry, a strength most people never realize they possess. Here is the part of your story that almost no one recognizes. A heart that has not loved yet is not untested, it is unspent, and that difference matters. While many people move through relationships quickly, giving pieces of themselves away before understanding their own emotional boundaries, you have been accumulating something they often lose along the way: emotional capacity. Your heart has not been weathered by repeated disappointments or shaped by partners who were not ready to hold you with care. Instead, it has been quietly strengthening, deepening, and learning from the experiences around you. Psychologists note that individuals who enter love later often bring a greater sense of emotional intelligence and stability into their relationships. You understand your triggers. You know how to self-regulate. You have had years to reflect on what kind of love feels nourishing instead of chaotic. That self-awareness becomes one of your greatest strengths. You are not entering love to fix yourself or to feel validated. You want love because you now have the capacity to give it with intention rather than desperation. And when someone eventually reaches the part of you that has waited so long, your affection will not be hesitant or partial. It will be steady, generous, and enduring. Your heart has not been delayed, it has been preparing, and that preparation sets the stage for the truth that brings this entire emotional journey into focus. What most people misunderstand about you is that your waiting is not a sign of emotional deficiency. It is a sign of emotional precision. Your heart is not wandering aimlessly. It is choosing its moment. And when love finally arrives, it will not feel like the chaotic rush you have watched in others. It will feel like recognition, a quiet alignment, a sense that something in your life has finally clicked into place. But before that moment comes, there is a deeper psychological truth you need to understand about yourself. You are not difficult to love, you are difficult to access. There is a difference. You do not open easily because you are not looking for temporary comfort. You are looking for someone whose presence calms your nervous system rather than activates it. Someone who brings emotional clarity rather than uncertainty. Someone whose consistency makes your guards soften without effort. This is why your heart seems to wait. You are not searching for perfection. You are searching for compatibility at a level most people never consider. Compatibility of values, of emotional pace, of communication style, of conflict patterns, of inner steadiness. You are not waiting for sparks. You are waiting for resonance. And that is what sets your love story apart from others. The world moves quickly, but you move honestly. You do not pretend to feel things you do not feel. You do not rush toward connection just to avoid loneliness. You do not confuse attention with affection. These choices may have made your romantic path slower, but they have also made it far more grounded. When someone finally reaches your heart, they will be meeting a version of you that is emotionally ready, deeply self-aware, and capable of sustaining a relationship built on steadiness rather than projection. You are not behind. You are aligning yourself with the kind of love that lasts, not the kind that distracts. And alignment takes time. So here is the truth. You have been circling around without fully naming. Your timeline is not broken. Your heart is not late. You are not lagging behind the rest of the world. You are unfolding at the speed that is right for you. Every year you spent observing rather than rushing has given you something people rarely recognize in themselves: emotional clarity. You know what kind of love feels grounding instead of draining. You know what kind of connection brings ease rather than anxiety. You know how to differentiate genuine compatibility from temporary excitement. Most importantly, you have learned how to hear your own emotional rhythm instead of forcing it to match someone else's pace. That is not a weakness. It is wisdom, and it explains why love will look different for you when it finally arrives. It will not be dramatic or impulsive. It will not sweep you away or knock you off balance. It will feel peaceful. It will feel steady. It will feel like your nervous system finally exhaling after years of bracing itself. You will not question whether you are enough or whether you are choosing wrong. You will not feel the need to hide parts of yourself or pretend to feel something you don't. The connection will feel earned, mutual, intentional, the kind of love that shows up every day instead of disappearing when things get difficult. You are not waiting for perfection. You are waiting for someone whose soul fits yours without forcing it. Someone who understands your depth rather than being intimidated by it. Someone who makes your heart feel safe enough to open naturally. And when that moment comes, it will make every year of waiting make sense. So here is the conclusion your heart has been moving toward, quietly, slowly, and with more wisdom than you have ever given yourself credit for. You are not someone who missed the chance to love. You are someone who is preparing to love in a way that is fuller, calmer, and more rooted than most people ever experience. Every year you spent observing, rather than rushing, has shaped a rare emotional discernment. Every moment you questioned yourself has strengthened your ability to choose with intention. While others spent their early years learning through heartbreak, you were learning through awareness. That awareness is not a detour. It is the foundation of the relationship you will eventually build. And when love finally enters your life, it will not be the frantic search for validation many people slip into. It will be a genuine meeting of two people who are ready to hold each other with honesty and steadiness. You will love with depth because you have never wasted your affection on people who could not receive it. You will trust with clarity because you have learned how your emotions move and what they need. You will show up fully because you know how rare it is to find someone who makes your heart unfold without force. In a world that glorifies speed, You are choosing meaning. In a world that rewards performance, you are choosing authenticity. And in a world that assumes love should appear quickly, you are choosing the version of love that appears when the heart is truly ready. You are not late. You are on time for the life that belongs to you. And when someone finally meets you there, they will not be meeting a heart that never loved. They will be meeting a heart that learned itself so deeply that it is finally capable of loving well.